Hello fellow gamers, welcome to Azreality Gaming. My name is Dustin, and today we're going to be walking through the Portland Retro Swap Meet of 2022. This occurred on March 5th and 6th down in Portland. It was in conjunction with SideQuest Games and Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It was kind of the offshoot that they do every spring to kind of invite a bunch of different stores and people in place to have a kind of a smaller convention where we can do swaps and trades and things like that. So let's get into some video of what it looked like, and then I'll show you my pickups at the end. Here we go. Alright, lots of great stuff to be had there. If you wanted something at this convention, you would have been able to find it. There was probably not much that you couldn't find there. I did see a lot of new, interesting things that I don't normally see at conventions. There was a guy who had tons of Sega Game Gear in the box still, which is not very common to see on display, along with many other things like the 3DSs that we're starting to see increase in price. So here's the pickups. As my trip down there, I have been kind of saving for this game, and I was specifically looking for it. It took me a while to find it, actually. I kind of did a circle around the place 2 or 3 times before I actually found this particular gentleman who had it kind of up in a side area that I didn't really expect. It wasn't like mixed in with any other more expensive games like I thought it would be. But I managed to pick up Cowboy Kid for the NES. This is one of the C's that I still need for my collection. There it is. One of the last ones, the last expensive one at least that I need. So nice to get that one. Cost a little bit, of course. I've just got Chubby Cherub left now, by the way, so excited to be able to complete that and move on to the D's. Speaking of D's, Donkey Kong Jr. Math was the dumbest game ever, but whatever. Really rare, hard to find. 5-screw variant. $125 or so on that one. So did a little trade on it as well. So saved me some money there too. Moving along, just picked up some others because I wanted to be able to fill out the other areas. The Mafia Conspiracy. Go. Got Pipe Dream. Because we've all got pipe dreams to be famous someday, right? Alright. Picked up 2 different versions of the Pac-Man. Why, I have no idea. But, you know, one's a Tengen version, and we flip it over that way. And the other one's the NES licensed version. You gotta have both, right, if you're gonna go for a complete collection. So, there we go. This one is considered a C, but I don't think it's a C. It starts with Capcom, so it's like Capcom Gold Medal Challenge. I think it just starts with Gold Medal Challenge, but nonetheless, I got it as part of my C's. Or maybe my G's. I don't know. Speaking of G's, Golf Grand Slam. There we go. Did you know Atlas made a Golf Grand Slam game? Right there. I had no idea. That was pretty cool. I'm going to check it out. I love golf games, so maybe it'll be a good one. I'll let you know. Hudson Hawk from the old movie series. There we go, Hudson Hawk. I have no idea if this one's any good or not. This is an uncommon one, kind of hard to find. One of the other C's that I needed to finish my collection was Castle Dragon. There's Castle Dragon. Picked this up for about $10 or so. Nice to be able to get that one done. That one looks interesting. I have no idea though. I'll have to look at some footage and see if it's any good. Sesame Street, Big Bird Hide and Speak. Not hide and seek. Hide and speak. And then lastly, the king of all monsters, Godzilla, the first one. And just regular Godzilla. Usually the cheaper one I think was about $20 or so. Not that big. Alright, so that's all the NESs. That definitely puts me up over 400 now, which is great. Just about got the C's done, which is even better. But then, of course, you know, after spending that much money on all those, I gotta buy some other things too, right? Gotta get some RPGs, gotta get some cool swag, things like that. So let's get into some of that stuff. Next up, we've got then the Odin Sphere for the PS4. I believe this is a remastered version from the PS2. It's by Atlas, of course. The original one was a great game. If it's anything like that, it should be a win. Record of Agorist War for the PS3. I've got this on the Xbox 360, but I found this one sealed for $10. Okay, I'll take that. And this is part 2. I didn't even say it, but there you go. These games look really friggin' awesome. I can't wait to be able to try some of these. They're on the list. We'll get to them someday. Another one that caught my eye was this cool steel box of Shining Resonance, which is kind of stuck in there pretty good. There it is, Shining Resonance. Another RPG. I don't know if it has anything to do with the Shining series. I actually didn't even know this game existed until I saw it. But I loved that it had a neat little hard case on it, metal case. So pick that one up, add it to the collection, and someday I'll pop it in. Tales of Symphonia for the Wii. I was actually surprised at how many Wii games there are that are RPGs that I did not know about, and this is one of them. I was just digging through a guy's box of stuff. Bam, there it was. I'm like, oh, I'm a Tales guy. How did I not know that? So there's one I can add to the collection as well. There's not many Wii RPGs, so I figure I'll probably be able to get those completed pretty soon then. Going from there, we're going to Smutville. I wanted to pick up a copy of the Playboy Mansion game for the Xbox. I was looking for the PS2 version as well. I think there's a PS2 version. These games are actually getting more expensive because they really wouldn't be made today. The Guy game is another one that's getting up there in price. I saw several of these. None of them had the manual. This one I did find with a manual, but it was kind of a water damage, so you know, maybe somebody was having fun in the bathroom with it. I hope not. Anyways, the game looks hilarious. It looks like it's a lot of fun, actually. I'm going to give it a try, and maybe I'll do a review on it, so stay tuned for that one. Sticking to some computer stuff, I saw this in a box as well for $2. This is Neverwinter Nights. Love myself some computer games. Yeah, $2. Heck yeah. I add it to the shelf right over there. Moving on to some VHS. There's lots of VHS. There's some beta. There were some laser discs there, which is pretty cool. I almost picked up a beta, but I didn't have any really way to play it, so I passed on it. But Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Heck yeah. Love me some Nightmare on Elm Street. Going trying to get all these back for the systems, for the VHS, and trying to get the Friday the 13th as well. I've got Part 4 in another video. Happy to see this one. I think it was only like $10 or so. What a deal, right? So, watching me some horror movies. Alright, also while I was there, I was on the second day, I managed to get myself one of those like entry coupons to get entered into the raffle, and sure enough, the first ticket pulled, I won. I must be lucky me. But they were giving up some different Switch games, and so this was one that they had available, which is Final Fantasy IX remastered for the Switch. So one of my favorite Final Fantasies, beyond Final Fantasy 6/3. But looking forward to trying this one out, seeing how the remaster really turned out. I haven't really seen anything about it, so thanks Whatnot, and I think Whatnot sponsored this one for the drawing and for the win. Also on the list that I wanted to grab, occasionally I'll see good manuals and or strategy guides. I saw this one sticking out. This is a dead game, really, Tabula Rasa for the PC. You can't play the game anymore, but it's cool to have stuff like this that no longer exists and not really popular, but for a few bucks, heck yeah, I'll take it. So adding that to the collection as well, kind of as an oddity, right? Also this weekend, 2 new games came out that a lot of people were kind of amped up for, waiting for. So I managed to track those down when I was in Portland because I didn't get any pre-orders on them, so it was actually very difficult to find these. Triangle Strategy, which is a JRPG for the Switch. It is HD, 2D kind of a view on it, so if you've seen Octopath Traveler, very similar. Cross that with Final Fantasy Tactics. So far this game is freaking awesome, so I'm loving it. I can't wait to play more of it. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. If you can find a copy, they're all sold out everywhere. So, lastly, of course, I'm a big fan of Gran Turismo. So, Gran Turismo 7 came out for the PS5. Again, it's freaking hard to find this game. I was scouring all over town trying to get this thing. I should have done a pre-order, but I didn't think we had to do pre-orders these days. But with the whole shipping issues going on in the world, I guess if you want a game, you got to be out early to be able to get them. So far, this one's been a lot of fun. It's similar to the other ones that I played, like Gran Turismo 5, etc. for the PS4. Similar themes, but the graphics are much more improved. Playing on the PS5 in a 4K, sweet graphics. But enjoying that one a lot too. So, there you have it. That's my haul for the weekend. Several big games on that list checked off, which is great. Of course, there were always the other famous YouTubers down there, like John Riggs and Metal Jesus, and list could go on and on, but you know who I'm talking about. The Metal Jesus crew, how's that? They were around, they were doing some neat stuff. It was neat chatting with them a little bit. I bumped into a couple of them. As for the dealers and things like that, the dealers were really fun, really, talkative and interesting. They just didn't sit there and go, how's it going? And you go, good. And can I buy your game? And yes, and everybody was nice. Everybody was having a great time. I think if people are really enjoying being out, actually having a convention for the first time in this area in a long time since of COVID, people were just really good mood. And deals were there to be made. So anytime I saw something for like $12, you could always say, would you take it for 10? And the answer was always yes. Sometimes even like the $15 or the $25 games. $20? Sure. So everybody's willing to negotiate and deal, which was great. A lot of people did some trades, which was good too. And hopefully everybody that went enjoyed it. And I really look forward to the fall when we can do the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, the big one. We don't know the exact date on that yet, but it's coming up between August and October, I guess, of this year, 2022. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content like this. I do game hunting videos, reviews, tips and tricks from retro to modern day games. Make sure to share this with your friends as well. I really appreciate that. And until then, guys, be excellent to each other, keep on gaming, and we'll see you guys next time.